in Nigeria.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Malam Abubakar Malami, was represented by the Solicitor General of the Federation, Dayo Akpata.
I am highly delighted and honored to address this distinguished gathering of statesmen, policymakers, technology specialists on the occasion of eNigeria 2017 conference. I therefore congratulate the Director General, management and staff of NITA on the successful hosting of this 10th edition of eNigeria. I trust that your labor in this direction will achieve the required results. Permit me to also use this opportunity to express my appreciation to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, the Federal Executive Council, the relevant functionaries of government and key stakeholders in the private sector for the support this conference has enjoyed over the years. As a nation, we are all unanimous that there is an urgent need to create jobs and opportunity for young Nigerians to turn them away from these vices. Without meaningful jobs and a source of livelihood for young Nigerians, all these ills will continue to cast a cloud and hamper any real progress in the development of Nigerian state. To address this present administration has happily resolved to strengthen the national local content policy in order to ensure that Nigeria builds significant capacity for self-sustenance and international commerce.
Some young innovators were on ground to speak on their innovations.
It just clicked to me. I said, why not maybe create an application that you just order from your phone? And normally, our best restaurants are normally very far away from us, so distance is also a problem. Rasmus hopes to solve these problems by bringing your favorite restaurant food. And what we do, we process online orders and dispatch deliveries. We provide special services to restaurants, and we also cater for events.
So at Dropkey, we use a combination of artificial intelligence, video-based technology, and the candidate profile to help companies identify talent faster. So out of Dropkey work, basically, the employer comes on Dropkey, set up an interview with role-specific questions, and that can receive a text question, a text response, a video response, or a file upload question, all within 3 to 5 minutes. Then this interview can be made publicly available and shareable to talent pool on social media or by invitation only.
Now the e-paper vendor is majorly into reducing the cost of newspapers while still increasing its impact. Now, what is the e-paper vendor? I'm sure some of us are familiar with the screen or the picture on the screen, where you have to flick through the pages of newspapers to get the information that you want. The e-paper vendor is currently into partnership with newspaper houses in Nigeria to sell the full digital version of their newspapers.
On this note, to welcome the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to declare this conference open.
I am delighted to be here today to witness the commencement of the 2017 eNigeria Conference. The theme of the event, fostering a digital economy through local content development and effective regulation, is apt, coming at a time when we are intensifying our efforts at economy. My presence here today is a demonstration of our commitment and strong belief in using ICT as a major driver of our developmental governance and economic reform plans aimed at bringing about the true change we promised our people. ICT is strategic in driving productivity and efficiency in all sectors of the economy. Currently, almost all sectors of our economy leverage on ICT to increase efficiency, productivity, and performance. The sector has recorded huge investments and contributes over 10% of the national gross domestic product, and we are making conscious efforts to see that this contribution continues to grow in the next few years. About 80% of ICT hardware purchases are imported through local distributors of original equipment manufacturers by ministries, departments, and agencies and other government establishments. This makes it difficult for us to benefit from the dividends of continuous procurement and consumption of ICT infrastructure and limited value retention within the country. As the most populous country in Africa, there are huge opportunities for ICT manufacturing in Nigeria. This, when harnessed, will provide job opportunities for our team youth, enhance the quality of locally produced infrastructure, reduce cost of acquisition, and increase government revenue. There is, therefore, the need for deliberate efforts, both from government as well as private sector, to see to the realization of this. I urge you to come up with viable recommendations on how we can make the country an export hub for ICT hardware in Africa. We have done a lot to transform our government, especially in the areas of strategy, policies, and digital infrastructure investments. You may recall that on assumption of office, we enforced the policy on Treasury single account. Today, we are all witnesses to the impact it has made on our financial management. We have so far consolidated over 20,000 accounts, resulting into about 4.7 billion naira monthly savings. In addition, the policy facilitated transparency, accountability, and ease of transactions and payments between government and businesses, as well as government and citizens. Another initiative leveraging on ICT and making huge impact on the economy is the introduction of the integrated payroll and personal information system and bank verification numbers. Its implementation has helped to eliminate the menace of ghost workers, thereby reducing waste in the system by saving government over 20 billion naira monthly. This administration recently issued an executive order mandating all ministries, departments, and agencies to give preference to locally manufactured goods and services in their procurement of information technology services. Such measures are part of the deliberate efforts at encouraging local manufacture of ICT infrastructure creating job opportunities, providing investment opportunities, as well as strengthening our currency. We commend the efforts of National Information Technology Development Agency on fostering the patronage of indigenous IT products and services through continuous engagement with indigenous original equipment manufacturers, relevant stakeholders, and other laudable initiatives. ICT plays a pivotal role with agencies of government such as the Corporate Affairs Commission, Federal Inland Revenue Service, and the Nigerian Immigration Service, which have learned on ICT in improving public service delivery in an efficient and transparent manner. So far, 31 reforms have been completed by the Council, and these reforms are already making noticeable impact on our economic diversification efforts. The agency's efforts at enforcing federal government directive on the ensuring that all ICT projects in the country are cleared by it before implementation are highly commendable. These efforts will ensure that government ICT procurements are transparent. They are aligned with government's IT shared vision and policies, save costs through promotion of shared services, avoid duplication, ensure compatibility of IT systems, thereby improving efficiency across government, and enforce the patronage of indigenous companies. In this respect, I hope this conference will come up with practical, viable solutions and recommendations to further develop local content in ICT, as well as how we can best regulate the development and use of ICT systems to foster a digital economy in Nigeria. As I declare this conference open, I thank you very much for your attention and wish you fruitful deliberations in the conference. I look forward to studying conference conclusions and recommendations. As a serious digression, I have observed that only about 1% are wearing the Remembrance Day emblem. I expect at least heads of departments to wear it and make sure that those below them wear it. We must not forget our fallen heroes of World War I, World War II, Civil War, operations in the Zaire, now Democratic Republic of the Congo, and others. Please be proud of it. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the entire management and staff of National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, the DG and CEO, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, wishes to express sincere gratitude to the President and Commander of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for honoring our invitation to deliver the opening address and declaring the eNigeria 2017 conference open. Your acceptance to attend was a demonstration of your commitment and strong belief in using ICT as a major driver of developmental initiatives, governance, and economic reform plans. NITDA is proud to be part of Mr. President's ICT revolution. Thank you, Mr. President. We also wish to extend our appreciation to all National Assembly members, governors, ministers, academics, ICT stakeholders, and all other participants and the management of Nigeria Television Authority for their support. I also plead with all ICT stakeholders to join hands in the implementation of the communique of the conference issued. Long live Mr. President. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live ICT sector. Announcer Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami.
The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, regulatory body for IT in Nigeria, presents eNigeria 2016. Is Nigeria's largest government ICT conference. This year's theme is leveraging ICT for economic diversification. Date Tuesday 22nd to 24th November 2016. Venue International Conference Center, Abuja. Special guest of honor Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, GCON. Chief host Honorable Minister of Communications, Barrister Adebayo Shitu. Host Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Patami, Director General, NITDA. Several guest speakers have been lined up to speak on topical ICT issues. Welcome to eNigeria 2016. For inquiries, please contact Hajia Adiza Umar on 0803 311 1402 and Akin Nathal on 0806 360 3521.
Now, let's welcome to the podium to deliver his speech the convener, the Director General of NITDA, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, FBCS, FIIM.
His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Chair, House Committee on ICT and Cybercrime, Honorable Muhammad Onowa, Barrister Abdurrahim Adebayo Shitu, the Oba of ICT in Nigeria, and the Honorable Minister of Communications. Ak Soni Ikono, FNIA, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications. The Executive Vice Chairman of NCC, Professor Umar Dambata, the MD of Galaxy, Ak Yusuf Kazaure, the representative of the Emir of Gombe, His Royal Highness, Umar Abubakar III, and the respected Emir of Guru, IT stakeholders, the keynote speaker, my Vice Chancellor, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly observed. May peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. I'm exceedingly delighted to welcome all of you to eNigeria, Nigeria's annual international conference on information and communications technology, organized by the National Information Technology Development Agency, the regulatory body of IT in Nigeria. As you all know, this conference provides a platform for industry experts to brainstorm on emerging technologies, local innovation, and relevant ICT issues in the socio-economic development of Nigeria. This is the 9th edition of eNigeria, and our theme was deliberately chosen to align with the federal government's drive to diversify the economy of our dear nation. The diversification of our economy has become imperative in the face of our challenges with regards to revenue from the oil sector. ICT provides a veritable option for diversifying our economy because it has the added advantage of being able to improve efficiency and enhance productivity in all the other sectors of the economy. Furthermore, we are fortunate to have a large percentage of young Nigerians that have a high level of interest in ICTs. We are creating an environment that supports high-level ICT-based capacity building for them. This will create the critical mass required to drive the local content program of the federal government championed by the National Information Technology Development Agency. We will collaborate with industry leaders and put policies in place to support young Nigerians to develop world-class ICT products. This plan informed our decision to invite several startups to eNigeria as we did during our previous GITEX 2016. Nigeria loses approximately $2.8 billion annually because that is from the importation of ICT goods and services, including a whopping $1 billion spent annually on software imports. Locally manufactured or assembled computers represent less than 8% of all computers used in the country. Similarly, Nigeria is projected to expend about $143.8 billion on ICT by 2019. A vast sum that translates to over 7 times the value of the 2016 national budget. We strongly plead with our international manufacturers to domesticate their products in order to achieve a win-win relationship. Within the limits of our mandate that set us up, we at NIDDA are repositioning ourselves to filter IT gadgets being imported to the country in the overall interest of the nation. We want to transform NIDDA from its administrative outlook to IT-driven and knowledge-based agency, and we request the support of all to materialize this aspiration. There is tremendous gain to be made from a local content policy that encourages the development of local ICT products and services. Among other things, it will significantly reduce capital flight. His Excellency, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, rightly pointed this out at the 2016 Nigerian Economic Summit Group meeting, where he stated that economic growth is impossible without a focus on Made in Nigeria. I will repeat it again. Economic growth is impossible without a focus on Made in Nigeria. In addition to the emphasis that NIDDA will lay on regulation, local content development, and capacity building, we are making concerted efforts to create as well as review existing standards and regulations. This will enable us to regulate the sector in line with the highest global standards. We are committed to ensuring that the proliferation of fake and substandard ICT products and services in the country is eliminated or at least significantly curtailed. Similarly, security in the 21st century is highly reliant on ICTs, and we want to encourage the development of ICT-enabled security services across all sectors of the economy. In addition to our support for the use of ICT for physical security, we are also committed to ensuring the cybersecurity of our nation. Our Computer Emergency Readiness and Response Team and our Public Key Infrastructure Project will support these issues and efforts. Repeat it again. There are nearly 70 million in the 15 to 35 age bracket. Unfortunately, they also report that over half of these are unemployed and many more are underemployed. We recognize that this challenge gives us a good opportunity to use ICT to empower our youth, create jobs, and generate revenue for our dear nation, Nigeria. Interestingly, the federal government of Nigeria, through the Office of the Vice President, created 200,000 job opportunities for young Nigerians just last week. This is a special achievement, and I can say kudos to our Vice President here. We are thankful for that, sir. In order to bring about the objectives we have set for ourselves under my leadership, we will correct irregularities within our mandate, fight corrupt practices, and resist unnecessary and unproductive interference in the affairs of the agency. But I need the help of all Nigerians, particularly IT stakeholders, in this all-important task that I cannot do it alone. I welcome all of you to eNigeria 2016, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. Thank you for your time and attention. May Almighty reward you immensely and bountifully. Thank you.
Now, let's welcome the Honorable Minister of Communication, Barrister Adebayo Shitu, who is the chief host, for his remarks.
Mr. Vice President, all other protocols duly observed for want of time. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, eNigeria has become an institutional means of setting goals, setting targets, and setting timelines for the domestication of best practices and for repositioning of Nigeria as a key player in the global knowledge-driven economy, which has been a dream for us in Nigeria and particularly for the government of Nigeria. This platform has also provided a veritable avenue for all stakeholders in the nation's ICT industry to discuss extensively, deliberate on issues, explore practical